Alright everyone, if it weren't for the Democrats grabbing defeat from the jaws of victory, this would have been the big video of the day, which is YouTube is about to make new changes to its harassment policy. Now, they're insinuating that there's been no policy against people on the platform harassing one another up until now, which is totally wrong. It's like, is YouTube's policies, are they so opaque and overburdensome and overstretched that even the people that run YouTube now are forgetting like what the rules already have been? Because harassment and cyberbullying was already banned on YouTube many, many years ago, like long before the moral panic period of the post-2016 election when all of the legacy media firms said enough is enough, we're tired of these YouTubers out competing us and stealing our money that's rightfully ours, we're the ones that are supposed to propagandize to people. But now, they're redesigning their policy to ban creator-on-creator harassment. Now, what form this will take, they're not forthcoming about. I have a feeling that it's mainly to protect, like, the Priority Club. It's to protect, basically, legacy media figures and you know, craptivists and people who are bought off, that have corporate contracts, either very publicly or behind the scenes, people who pretend to be independent in some cases. You know, the people with their squeaky clean, highly edited corporate-style videos that never quite tell you that they're being bought and sold by various corporations for ad revenue. Those are the people that'll be protected by this. I have a feeling that this is not going to protect the average user on the platform. I don't think that it will. I think that it's for the Priority Creators Club. Now, that being said, do I expect, some people are saying like, well, this is the end of the YouTube this time. Maybe not, because think about it this way. If you're in like blood sports, you probably want to go back through your archive a bit and clean things out preemptively. The biggest problem when YouTube changes the rules like this is that some people have archives of thousands and thousands of hours of videos. How can they legitimately go back through it? If they've been on the platform like 5-10 years, how are they supposed to remember, oh yeah, there was that video that time that probably breaks this rule, I'll go back and remove it. There's a reason why when YouTube began changing its TOS after the 2016 election, again because corporations were, you know, reaming the site and saying there was an extremist problem that they never quite understood existed before, and it always seemed to be money related, very mysteriously. I preemptively scrubbed some hundreds of videos off of my videos list, and some hundreds thereafter. Thankfully, I've taken a principled stance now for years and years against the idea of infighting among creators. Like, I pride myself on being very neutral in these things. So I don't really have to go back through and scrub things because they're expanding their definition of what constitutes harassment of a creator. My thought is that, here's what I would ask YouTube really quickly. Like, let's say, you know, Monsanto has a YouTube channel. Let's say that I make a video critical of Monsanto. I say, well, I think that their policies suck. Their genetic testing is abominable. It's an abomination. They do terrible things. They're raping the planet. You know, it's hippie stuff. Let's say I do that. No, GMOs, not in my garden. Do they have the right? Can they claim, like, as a corporate group, not an individual? Are they able to claim harassment? What if it's like a show or something? Like, what if it's like Jimmy Kimmel doesn't like you because you criticize Jimmy Kimmel? Can Jimmy Kimmel's YouTube page that he doesn't even manage himself strike your channel? And by the way, is it immediate termination or just a strike? And what system, is it going to be a parallel system to the normal strike policy, or is it just like, oh, they're going to be able to, you know, mute parts of your video? Because I know the copyright thing now, they're doing that where you can edit your video seamlessly. Like, you'll get a notification, this part of the video breaches copyright. So we've muted it, basically, and you don't have to do anything further if you don't want to. It's kind of dystopian, but it is better than striking people for it. YouTube is actually going in the right direction on copyright, I think. So I would give them kudos for this. But this policy, I would think that this would necessitate that people can't even debate on the platform. Here's another thing. Like, for example, I've sparred with Progressive Voice before. Now, he's made, I think, 3 or 4 videos about me, some with unkind titles. Now, I would never actually attack his videos for harassment, because I find it funny. I mean, I'm getting free advertising on somebody else's channel who fucking cares. But let's say that I did respond. Let's say that I make a video similar to his with a mean title saying, oh, Progressive Voice, blah, blah, insulting him or something. Who's to say he won't therefore get me a channel strike? Like, you know, is YouTube going to differentiate if you've been antagonized into responding in a unkind way or something? What about if people are in an amiable sense doing that? What if two creators have like a feud, like a blood sports feud, it's all scripted and shit, but then some fan flags the material? Is this like fan participation mode, or is this just for the person that's targeted? What about rating? Like, where's the cutoff? Like, I can understand, like, if you make a video about someone, say, well, maybe somebody should troll their channel or something. I can understand why that would run afoul, but I would think that would run afoul of the current harassment policy, rating and things. It's not clear. How can you possibly change the current policy? You can reword it, make it more specific. Unfortunately, YouTube, other than its copyright policy, has YouTube in the last 3 years done anything that expands the core of people that can use YouTube? Has it done anything, imposed any policy that increases site functionality for the average user? No. It's decreasing site functionality. It's like messages get removed. They're talking about the possibility of Hangouts. Although, because they did an update by email about Hangouts, like on YouTube, and new functions and features, I think that they're talking just about Google Hangouts as a standalone. I don't think they're talking about YouTube live streaming. I'm thinking now that it's just the Google Hangout that people sometimes use as like a replacement for phone calls or Skype, which is sad because it works a lot better, like embedded within email and stuff like that. It's a lot more functional. It's easier to use than Skype. Better privacy controls at this point. Discord is Discordian. It's a fucking chaotic mess. God, people are going to go back to using Tiny Chat at some point. Anyway, YouTube's new policy, without the benefit of knowing what's going to be in it, I preemptively dislike it because I've seen YouTube, sort of hit itself in the face before with these policies. Limited state backfired. It was a terrible idea. Expanding hate speech policies, banning war footage and stuff like that has irked a lot of people. Cracking down on so-called conspiracy theories, changing the algorithms to prevent people like me from being in the related videos. Yes, I oppose these policies. The one bright spot is their copyright reforms are better than what we had before. It's sort of like, I guess, the equivalent of Obamacare as a reform, but it's an improvement, I suppose, in some ways. But will it be the end of the platform? I don't think so. Because for people who don't really get into the interpersonal squabble thing, I can't see this changing the metrics of the site. Like, I can't imagine that criticism of the Young Turks is going to get you flagged or something like that. If it did, the amount of outcry, outrage about it would be so high it'd probably get the policy amended anyway. In all honesty, YouTube has done that on several occasions recently. It would be a shit show, basically. But that being said, there's no need to change the policy. It's already there. Harassment between creators is already banned. So the only thing they could possibly be doing is expanding what harassment means. I'm assuming that it's primarily satire and parody. Once again, comedy that's going to be targeted. So if you're like, this is probably spurred on by Steven Crowder and the Carlos Maza feud, specifically because Crowder did nothing wrong. He's satirizing a journo, perfectly allowed. I guess the idea is to prevent satire of public figures. Rather dystopian and sad. I think it's better to just be straight up in your reporting, but the thing is, if you're more on the comedic side, like a Crowder or something, yeah, this could be the death knell of your YouTube. But then again, I think if Steven Crowder got banned off of YouTube, a hell of a lot of people would be hella upset. I think he'd very quickly be advertising for BitChute. Why the hell don't these larger creators advertise the fact that they're on alt tech? Steven Crowder has a BitChute channel, you should join him on it. I think he has a Gab and stuff like that as well. I mean, it's insane. If I had half the audience of some of these largest level creators, I would be constantly advertising the fact that all of my material is available not just on a private website, but on all sorts of other distributed networks. Not just YouTube. Steven Crowder knows that, well, he's a podcast on YouTube. Well, you're elsewhere as well. That's a revenue source, number one. It's an attention source, number two. They're growing their own native grassroots audiences at this point. They are beginning to buff out as sites, as platforms. There are people who use them that would primarily discover your material there. And that's when tech switches over, by the way, and alt tech becomes more dominant. The smart money is already entering the field. Pretty soon, additional people will be entering alt tech over the course of the next year or two for the first time. It's going to massively explode in growth. That's my prediction. You're crazy if you're not getting your foot in the door. You need to see, if you're a large creator, get a seat at the table now because there are only a certain number of seats. There are only a certain number of people who can ever fully compete for time usage. This is the way platforms always work. Cable works this way. Radio works this way. I mean, you got one radio station on you're paying attention to. Once you've chosen that station, that group of people that you're listening to, there's some brand loyalty involved. Get your fucking foot in the door on BitChute and Gab and Minds and Subscribestar and Parler and all of these other sites, DTube and DLive. Get your foot in the door, because if you don't, you're fucked. You're going to be fighting an uphill battle for years to come. You'll be in the same boat that the legacy media will be in, because none of them have accounts on these sites yet for the most part. I think Jared Holtz, ironically one of the smarter ones, I think he has a BitChute account that he doesn't really advertise that he has, but yeah, it's the way that it goes. That's about all. Peace out.